Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Smiley's Corner. Here's your host, Smiley.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. And it's time to get out. We don't have a lot of summer left, so it's time to get out. Go burn a steak, drink a beer, and if you're burning steaks, call me. I'll bring the beer. So we're going to start off with the Bucks and the Cowboys. Their opener begins with the Black National Anthem. The Black National Anthem was played ahead of NFL's first game of the season between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night. So we're seeing a lot of reactions from different fans and things like that. We've got guys that are just avid football guys that are like, I'm out. I'm out. And these aren't white guys. These are black guys. These are white guys. These are Asian guys. These are American Indian guys.
Yeah.
This is all races because pushing something that is not ours from the beginning that covers everyone it appears to them is forced racism.
See, I don't know. I don't agree with that. It's just a song. You play the national anthem, it's the Black National Anthem. Play them both. Don't play them both. It doesn't really matter. You're just there to watch football. I don't think a song being sang in the beginning of the game should deter.
What about tradition?
It's not like it's the first time it's happened though.
No.
They played it before football games. It's just, you're used to one thing because it recurs consistently. It's not the first time the Black National Anthem's been played before.
No, it's not. But people feel like it's being forced down their throat. You know what I mean? Just like going into Walmart and having to choose one of the 10 damn bathrooms that's sitting there. You have to have a damn chart. You got to pull out a chart to figure out, shit, which one am I? You know what I mean? Because there's all these little signs up there. It's just being forced down your throat. There's one or two. You have a penis or you have a vagina.
Right.
One of the two. Pick a damn bathroom.
Yeah.
So all this other stuff, people, they feel like it's being forced down their throat. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I see where people are coming from. I do, because you're diehard Americans. This is all, they don't play because the American Indians were the first people here, and we're not playing, the Sequoia National Anthem. We're not playing the Cherokee National Anthem or the Creek National Anthem.
That's true.
You see what I mean?
I don't know. I just think that it's a song.
So we're playing the American National Anthem that brings everybody under one umbrella. So, and that's what a lot of people, that's what they want to see.
Well, they play them both, don't they? Isn't it both of them? It's not just the one. They play
sometimes I just play the one.
Well, then it just, toss it up. Play one game, play the other one another game, and just move on. It's just a song. It shouldn't stop you from wanting to watch the game.
Right.
It's just a song. You got to watch the game, not hear the song get played. And it gets played at the end of the game too, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's just retarded that they're making a big deal out of the first 6 minutes of the game starting, and it's just a song.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Super Bowl, 2 different songs get sang, plus the fact that you have the halftime show, which it has nothing to do with anything but the artist performing their music. It's just music. Just
no, it's all about the commercial wars for the halftime show.
Yeah, well,
the funny commercials and
that's the only reason why I watch Super Bowl is for the commercials.
You guys chime in. Go on and go to wethepeopleprotected.com and leave us a comment, or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel here, or on our Facebook page. Leave us a comment and tell us what you think about the national anthem. Okay. So we're going to continue with the just blatant racism that's being pushed across the country by the Democrat Party. Chicago, Portland, Louisville mayors appeared to back critical race theory in schools before names are removed from their sponsors list. The resolution adopted by the Conference of Mayors, which describes itself as a nonpartisan organization of cities with a population of 30,000 or larger, initially listed the following four mayoral sponsors: Louisville, Kentucky, Mayor Greg Fisher; Boise, Idaho Mayor Lauren McLean; Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot; and Portland, Oregon Mayor Ted Wheeler. And then their names were removed. Imagine that.
Yeah, one of them said that it was a staff error.
A staff error, my ass. Really? I mean, can you sell this crap anymore?
I don't know.
And then I'm
blame it on that
surprised.
staff member who probably got
Blame it
fired.
on the staff member or something like that. Maybe that staff member was watching a Trump video or had a Trump shirt on, so we can blame Trump for it too, right?
Probably.
So speaking of Trump, if you guys know Larry Elder, he is on several commercials on TV for what is it? Some kind of joint discomfort thing, like
I can't remember.
force factor or something like that, Anyway, he's a super great guy. He's a very educated black man. He is very much for his state of California and equal rights amongst everyone, right? So Gavin Newsom has these supporters, and it's unbelievable that he has any supporters at all. But they are calling Larry Elder a black Trump.
What?
Okay, so this is the Democrat Party own this. Okay, and members of the Democrat Party, they invoke race following the gorilla mask controversy. They are wearing gorilla masks because he's black.
How's that not racist? All black people are gorillas?
That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. You want a party. The Democrat parties, we're all for equality. My ass, y'all are the bunch of racist sons of bitches I've ever seen in my life.
Because that's racist. You're going to wear a gorilla mask because he's black?
Gorilla mask.
Yeah.
You believe that shit?
Racist. That's not racist. It's just a mask. They're protecting themselves from COVID.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forget, And this shit just continues, it just continues like this. So Virginia County office seems to identify itself as woke special services in automated message. And I am trying really hard not to laugh at this shit.
I want to hear
But these people are shit. Okay. It tells callers, sorry, woke special services 2 email is not available. Record your message at the tone.
Okay.
Woke special services. Well, that tells me what I want to know.
That's not who I'm trying to call.
I'm
trying to call the woke special services.
Right. This guy just, shot my neighbor. I'm trying to get a hold of the police, not the woke special services. So, according to its website, the department is responsible for special education, psychology services, fail, social work services, huge fail, and student safety and wellness. Bigger fail. So we're responsible for teaching our kids to be more racist in a society.
That just does not make any sense.
Oh, it gets better. National Archives Racism Task Force members, they're ripping charters of freedom, label for Constitution and Declaration. Members of the National Archives Task Force on Racism have recommended removing charters of freedom, that's in quotes, description for America's founding documents such as the Constitution, arguing that it did not initially grant freedom for all individuals. Okay? A museum subgroup recommended that the NARA retire the term characters of freedom as descriptors for the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence. So, all I heard in there was blah, 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 we're dumb as shit, and we're trying to sell our bull crap. So, yeah.
That's insane.
So,
Like how? No, never mind. I don't even know how to even articulate words.
it's so damn dumb that
Why are
you
they trying
can't
to
even
change everything?
follow this shit, you know? It's unbelievable. Okay, so a 9/11 education should avoid placing blame, leave out gruesome details college students are saying. Now you know this is a woke college because they don't want to blame anybody.
You can't change history. It happened. Period.
Yeah,
No matter how you try to sugarcoat it, it happened. You change the name all you want to change the name, still doesn't mean that you can go back to the original history books and see what actually happened. It doesn't
Yeah.
change anything.
I mean,
You can't make new history books.
okay, so have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
Anybody? It's dumb as shit, and it's funny as hell. This is where we're headed under the Democrat leadership.
I have to look it up and watch it because I've never.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, they just get dumber, and they just get dumber. You know, so
That makes no sense to me.
students from the University of Florida spoke with Campus Reform recently to share their opinions on how 9/11 should be taught. Among their suggestions was to avoid the discussion altogether of who was responsible for the terrorist attacks. Okay? American exceptionalism shouldn't be mentioned at all in lessons. American exceptionalism is rooted in a lot of colonialists and imperialists notions of how we should treat other people. Another student suggested that a lot of young people who adopt the dangerous mindset of American exceptionalism risk growing up to be extremist and really nationalistic.
Because they know how to read history.
Yeah.
And understand what actually happened.
So this is my takeaway from it. If that's what you're doing with your college experience, drop out. Make room for somebody who actually wants to contribute to society.
Yeah, you can't go forward without know what happened in the past. And we got a comment that says so they don't like history.
No, we're going to rewrite it because it doesn't suit what we think it should be.
Too bad. That's too damn bad.
It is too damn bad.
Like it happened. You got to learn to accept it and make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Not go back and do the same ones. But at least you have a, guide of what not to do. But that doesn't seem to matter anymore.
Yeah.
Got another comment that says they need a Department of Common Sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
This is absolutely unbelievable how the rails are just coming undone on all of this stuff. It's just unbelievable. And we were talking about making this a little bit shorter, right? But they are screwing up so much so fast.
It's hard to ignore.
Hell, I've already sent you 5 stories for next Monday. Oh, by the way, we won't be here Monday or Wednesday. I'll be gone.
Yeah.
I'll be gone Monday and Wednesday.
Traveling.
Not for pleasure, for work. But it's what we got to do. It's what we got to do. All right. So the Boston 9/11 display with American flags honoring victims, was vandalized. The Boston police is investigating an incident in which scores of miniature American flags placed to honor those who lost their lives during the 9/11 terrorist attacks were knocked over or damaged. By Thursday morning, dozens of flags have been either bent, snapped off, lying across the sidewalk, and signs describing the significance of the memorial had been stolen. Trash cans were also knocked over. Okay, so if you're these people that did this, you don't want to honor these poor people that lost their lives,
Right.
and these absolute wonderful heroes that ran into danger instead of running away from it. Take your cowardice ass and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, because that's just disrespectful.
That is absolutely disrespectful.
One of the worst historic events that you also cannot rewrite, and you're going to be disrespectful to it.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care anything about, people's rights to grieve, people's rights to, celebrate these people's lives.
Right.
That's our right to celebrate their lives, their heroism, and grieve the tragedy of what happened.
Too. The families that lost
Right.
so many people.
These families will never be whole
Yeah.
again. And I heard somebody not long ago, it was the other day. I was in Walmart and there was these ladies talking about 9/11. The September 11th was coming up and she wanted to do something special outside of her home. This guy walks by and says, it's 20 years later. Well,
that doesn't mean anything.
that's the whole thing. It's been that long since I lost my grandmother.
Right.
And just mentioning her makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
You never get made whole.
No.
Now, she wasn't taken tragically, but for people who their family members and loved ones were taken tragically,
yeah.
These are things that help them heal. They'll never be whole, but these are things that help them heal.
Yeah. You have to remember. And if something like that, it's not just the family that's remembering what happened to them. The whole world shares in that pain. Because I remember being in class, watching it on the news when it happened. I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember that day. I'll never forget it. And then knowing that I have family members who were in the military, they were getting ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's something that it's different for everybody, but it's still something that everybody should remember. It's also something that you cannot forget and you should be respectful of. Because innocent people died that day, not
so many.
Like it wasn't
so
bad
many
people,
of
it
our
was
American
innocent people.
Yeah, so many of our American brothers and sisters and children. So many.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
And
Especially
people
when
are
it comes to
seeing
that.
what's going on with the Taliban taking back over. All of these people that are known members of ISIS. It's just like Saki, the other day, she said that they were being businesslike. I got it right here. Nope, I got it right down here. I'll find it in just a second. So we'll go to that in a minute, where Biden and them were talking about the Taliban and stuff being businesslike.
Yeah, professional with
Professional,
assisting,
right.
getting American lives out there. Yet, how many are still there? And so many were denied getting on
So-
the plane.
Peter Ducey from Fox News holds up a $10 million wanted poster
Yep.
for one of them. Oh yeah, these are all good guys. We should just trust the hell out of them. Let them watch our kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on to our wallets. Jesus Christ, man, they are stupid. So Psaki, speaking of her, she defends Fauci amid allegations he lied to Congress when pressed by Ducey, again, Peter Ducey from Fox News. What he said was correct is what Psaki. The press secretary secretary quickly defended Fauci and dismissed any wrongdoing. Okay, this is something that you can't make go away. And they just want it to go away at this point because everybody now has access to these emails.
Yeah.
They know that he's involved.
Yeah.
They know that he's a decision maker.
There's
They
no
know
hiding
that his foundation, that the NIH helped fund this thing. There's no doubt now.
Yeah.
No doubt. But we're going to stand behind him because you should do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah. Seems to be the running theme here.
Yeah.
And they're going to stick to it, thinking that nobody's going to pay much attention.
Well, yeah. And now that, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. We'll go into that too. Rep Gallagher demands Fauci resign, saying he lied to the American people about the Wuhan lab. On May 12, I argued that Dr. Fauci had not been forthcoming about the U.S. government support for gain-of-function research at the WIV. These documents are a smoking gun that indicate he not only failed to be forthcoming, but that he also lied to the American people about his organization's support for this risky research. Gain of function. Do you remember what we checked that out? It was?
Yep.
Gain of function was the process to make infectious diseases more transferable to humans and more transferable from human to human.
Yep. But he didn't do anything.
No.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't send any money.
This is the guy, he's been on the front lines of everything like that since AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one that gave everybody that botched vaccine that started killing people off, and they pulled it.
Yep. And then they actually did research and did some work to come up with, even though it's not curable, but you made it to where those people can have a life.
Right. Well, I mean, Fauci's the propagandist doctor. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's just a paid spokesperson, propagandist.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody how great it is,
But none of the effects.
And all of this, when he's sitting here talking about, well, we're going to fix this and we're going to do that, and then Biden's standing up there and he's saying the same thing, and Psaki's standing up there doing the same thing. All I can think about is that damn CNN reporter when Portland was burning in the background, okay? And we're talking 80, 90-foot fires.
Yeah.
In the background, all those buildings were burning, and he's standing there saying, these are peaceful protests. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm just like, oh my God, dude. If you're dumb enough to think that we're dumb enough, man, you need to check out. You need to check out, right? So Biden's vaccination mandate doesn't include illegal immigrants.
Of course it doesn't.
So now they're down to, you know what? If we can't fool you with our magic show, we're just going to force you. We're just going to force you to do what we want because we know what's better. We're not doctors. Most of us have never had a job in the private sector. So we're going to force you to do what we want. This is what it is. And you know what that dumbass said? He said, he says, and I'm quoting this because I watched him live, this is not about right of choice or freedom.
How?
Jesus Christ. All this is about right of choice and freedom.
Right.
That's all it is. That's exactly what this is.
You're trying to take people's choice to make a decision for their own health away from them.
Yeah.
Forcibly.
You're going to force them. You're forcing this on everyone. So we're just going to force it anyway. That's what they're doing. wow. It just, like I said,
But it's for our own good, is what they're trying to get us to understand. That they're doing it for our own good.
I have no doubt that the vaccine saves lives. This is not how you get people to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
You're talking about, affecting over 100 million Americans here. So forcing it down their throat, that's how you're going to get them to trust you.
Bad logic. It's like a bad logic.
They don't have the equipment. They don't have the equipment to pull this shit off.
No.
They don't.
No.
No. All right. So Biden announced Thursday that all employers with more than 100 employees will be forced to either require their employees to get vaccinated against COVID-19 or mandate weekly testing for the virus. Okay. So are the tests free?
That's right.
See, I don't know. Are they free to these people?
And then on top of that, won't that halt any kind of production or anything going on at work where
Well, yeah, if you got 200 employees, you
Yeah.
got or 1,000 employees out here.
Every
Imagine
week.
if you are big like an Amazon warehouse or a Walmart distribution center, and
Right.
you got 300 or 400 people out there.
That's like 3 days
You
out of
you
the
just
week.
pick A, B, C, and D, names that start with these letters today, then you pick another 10 letters and you do those the next day.
Yeah.
It's complete idiocracy.
That makes no sense.
Right. So the president also announced that the remaining 17 million healthcare workers employed in facilities that receive federal Medicare or Medicaid also will have to be fully vaccinated. Together, the two groups represent about 100 million Americans.
Good luck.
Yeah. So this is trust us. Trust us.
Yeah.
Trust us. We have your
That's
best
not gonna
interest
last
in
long.
mind right here.
Those business
Does he not
owners,
remind
yeah.
you of the creepy old dude in the movies where this van pulls up by this little kid walking down there and the side door opens and he's like, "Hey, little kid, do you want some candy?" Does he not remind you of that?
And try to convince you that
yeah.
in the
Oh,
van
yeah,
is
yeah.
the best decision you'll
it's
make in your life.
fun in here.
Yeah, no. That he's
Woo! Creepy old bastard. Republicans explode with fury over Biden vaccine mandate. Absolutely unconstitutional. It is absolutely unconstitutional.
Yeah. Because it's your right.
The president does not have the power to force you to do something medically that you don't want to do. All right. This is an absolutely unconstitutional. Representative Thomas Macy, Republican of Kentucky, wrote in a tweet attaching a link to the news. Mandates are not the answer. Representative Neil Dunn, he's from Florida, said in response, getting the vaccine should be up to you and your doctor, not the federal government.
Very true.
Thank you, sir. Very well said. Very, very well said. So, and this says it all right here. So the White House's Ron Klain panned for retweeting post on ultimate workaround for federal vaccine mandate. Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff, he faced criticism on social media Thursday after he retweeted a post that seemed to praise the Biden administration for pulling off the ultimate workaround, in quotes, for a national COVID-19 vaccine requirement. So this is basically this guy saying, "You pulled it off, dude.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah,
It worked."
yeah, we're in control again." Yeah,
That's stupid.
yeah.
That's
So,
stupid.
the Biden he's violating his campaign pledge. He's going to now politicize the DOJ to do his bidding. Biden is facing harsh criticism from legal experts and elected officials for violating his campaign promise to keep the Department of Justice, the DOJ, non-political, after he directed the department to pursue politically charged lawsuits against Republican-led states. If you don't do as I tell you, I will punish you. Dictatorship. It's a dictatorship. So, as our First and Second Amendment rights are being blatantly robbed from us, who do you turn to?
We the People Protected.
WeThePeopleProtected.com. They are here to help you with your First and Second Amendment rights. Right now, they're working on helping a teacher. They're working on helping a parent against a school union. She was not allowed to speak her mind. She was, in fact, told to leave, and that's all a whole pending thing right there. But they are trying to find her the correct lawyer and pay for it.
Yep.
But they can only do this through donations. So go by WeThePeopleProtected.com. They've got ammo boxes for a $49.95, $49.99. All right, $49.99. I was trying to give a 4-cent discount. So $49.99, that gets you an ammo box. $5?
$5 for the water bottle.
$5 for the water, and then $5 for a sticker. They'll send that out to you. Or just drop $1 or $2 in there. Drop 25 cents. It doesn't matter. Just give something, because the next poor bastard that needs help may be you. It's probably going to be me for the crap I talk about, right? Yeah, I swear.
You're gonna need help soon, Smiley.
I know. So on the DOJ thing there, Biden said multiple times in his 2020 in 2020 that he would not direct the DOJ who to prosecute, what to prosecute, or how to prosecute. And he's done exactly that. Now that you're not listening to him, the magic tricks didn't work whatsoever. Border crisis, inflation, pipeline, COVID, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I mean, the list goes on.
All your distractions didn't work.
Yeah. None of your shit worked because he's not smart enough to pull it off. And then he's got a bunch of cronies that are all fighting against each other. You know, they're a bunch of wine bags.
Yeah.
All out for themselves. All out for themselves. This administration is not here for the American people.
No.
In no way, shape, or form. And if you believe they are, I really feel bad for you.
Yeah.
You
know, believe anything that they're saying.
I do.
Don't read it
I
for
feel
yourself,
bad for you.
Look into it for yourself.
And I hope, because I'm not going to force my views down your throat.
Right.
If you don't like what we're saying here today, turn it the hell off. Don't watch it again. Don't visit the website. That's all you have to do.
Because that's your choice.
That's your choice, right? Right. So the White House to withdraw controversial ATF nominee David Chipman. Now this guy's an asshole, okay? Chipman, who had a history of caustic comments, I'm talking bad, really bad comments about gun owners, and he worked for gun control groups for years after his career as an ATF agent, okay? He was staunchly opposed by Republicans, and he even struggled to gain the support of several Democrats. Biden went on to say, David Chipman spent 25 years in distinguished service to our country as an ATF agent. Well, Biden's an idiot. So yeah, this guy, I mean, for the things that he said about gun owners and stuff, he's an asshole. He doesn't need to be we don't need another dictator.
Yeah.
Okay. We just absolutely do not need another dictator in this regime. You got 100 of them over here, and they're all fighting each other
To see who could be right.
Right, right. So the GOP, they want answers from Biden about Afghanistan. And they all get together and they give him a deadline to answer. He pays them no attention whatsoever. No attention whatsoever. Biden misses the deadline to provide GOP senators with number of Americans left behind in Afghanistan. The group of 26 Republicans, led by Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, gave the president until 5 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday to give the public a full unclassified accounting of who was left behind after the last of the U.S. troops evacuated Kabul on August 30th. They also wanted a detailed account of the vetting process of the Afghan refugees who are not SIVs or green card holders, and whether they were evacuated to the U.S. with any pending immigration status. Okay, so how many people on the terrorist watch list did they pull off of those planes?
I think it was like 50.
Yeah. So it was a really ridiculous number.
That's, you didn't check.
Yeah, and how many probably made it here, right?
That's
so here's
the
another
question.
deal. Here's another deal. Okay. Here's another deal, Nene. You have to get vaccinated because we said so. What's going on at the border right now? Are they coming in? Are they getting vaccinated?
No, they're just being checked to see if they have it or not.
Some of them aren't even being checked. And what if they have it? Are they putting them in the hospital?
Nope.
Nope. Let them go.
Just got to note that you have COVID. We're
Yeah.
gonna make note of that this person has COVID. That's it.
Same thing. Same thing with Afghan refugees that are coming in here. They're welcome. That's not the problem.
Right.
But check them out and see if they pose a terrorist risk. You know, are they sick?
Yeah. Nope. They just
Something. No, they're just letting them go. They're driving away in rental cars.
It's not taking anything away from the refugees, but you need to make sure that they're an actual refugee, not posing as one to get in here.
The Biden regime is the most anti-American group on planet Earth today. The Taliban over there are hollering, chanting in the streets, death to Americans. Are they not?
Yep.
Okay. What is the Biden regime doing to us today? By letting everybody that's not American just come in here willy-nilly.
Putting in service.
Exactly. Senator Roger Marshall, American workers versus socialist state. How long can we expect them to carry the load? In a mid-sized warehouse along the Kansas-Missouri border, a hard reality hit home there. The workers, exhausted after working 10 to 12-hour shifts 6 days a week, said to me, this is Roger Marshall, we need help. Why are you paying people so much to stay at home? It's not fair. It's not what this country is about. Well, they are exactly right. Are people being paid to stay at home?
Yep.
Yes. You can try to sell your bullshit that it's about COVID all you want.
You just don't want to go back to work.
If it was about COVID, how do you have so many people suing their states, wanting their unemployment benefits back instead of going and getting a damn job?
When there's so many available.
So many. How many businesses are closed because they can't find workers?
Mm-hmm. It's sad. That's
so
amazing.
many.
Made them lazy.
Man, it is unbelievable, right? Um, the Portland mayor now says police hands off riot response was not the right strategy.
Duh.
Duh. So he's a what? He's a what do you call him? Democrat. Yeah, that's a Democrat runs it. It is clear based on the public outcry and the media outcry on the national front that the strategy was not the right strategy.
Wow. It took the riot of setting shit on fire and
For almost 2 years now.
knowing that your cops couldn't do anything. That's what made it click for you. Not the first riot where they burned half your city down. That didn't ring a bell that maybe
No.
you should let the cops do something, not just stand
No.
there and watch.
No.
That's sad.
These people they got so engulfed in the defund the police movement, and they are so dumb.
And now you
So
need
dumb because they didn't think anything through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They just did it. They just agreed.
I have a hard time finding somebody except for the Democrats that are running the cities that are burning down today and being, overrun with crime. I have a hard time finding a person that wouldn't have realized that
From the
defunding
beginning.
the police and holding, and tying their hands to crime was the wrong thing to do.
How
Right
did you
off the
not?
bat.
How did you not think that you have no other source of security for your city except the police? So if you take the police away, what do you think was going to happen? Did you think
They
everybody would
didn't
just
think.
stay home?
That's the problem. That's what I keep saying. These people, Lori Lightfoot, this dude Wheeler right here, de Blasio, don't have the freaking equipment to do their jobs.
They just went with what was popular at the time. Oh, everybody else is defunding the police. Let us do it too.
They're just running around blind, just dumb as shit, Speaking of, Kamala Harris faces protesters waving Afghanistan flag during a Newsom rally in California. You didn't see that one coming either, did you? Jesus, man.
Big
I'm
news.
telling you, if I was a Democrat and I was running for any kind of office, even if I was running for hall monitor, all right, I wouldn't want those two dumbasses anywhere near me.
Yeah.
Harris and Biden. Nowhere near me. Because I wouldn't trust either one of them two idiots with a potato gun. So they're gonna save it. They're gonna save it. And if Newsom keeps his job, it's gonna be saved through ballot harvesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Because you can get all the ballots that you want and then mail them all in.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. That's
That is
cheating.
literally cheating.
Of course it's cheating. This is how they keep themselves in power. By cheating. All right. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez mocked for using term menstruating person to describe women in an interview. Okay. I gotta ask something because you're a woman. Okay. Does it piss you off to have for this person to be the same sex as you?
Yeah.
I mean, just you know what I mean?
What she said was stupid.
She's
Contradicted herself.
She has absolutely the dumbest woman on the planet.
Are we
Am I
women?
wrong? Am I wrong?
No, we're
Okay.
not women. We're menstruating persons. I don't get the title of a woman no more. I'm a menstruating person.
Okay.
God. She pissed me off when I read this.
And I've got to read it. I know we're pushing our time limit here. She claimed that the law was actually not about supporting life and instead was about controlling women's bodies as well as any menstruating person. Isn't that a woman?
Mhm.
I mean, can't we just say woman? When can we?
She identified herself as a woman, but everybody else was a menstruating person.
Yeah, she's an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So none of this is about supporting life. What this is about is controlling women's bodies and controlling people who are not cisgender men. Really? Okay. This is about making sure that someone like me, as a woman or any menstruating person in this country, cannot make decisions over their own bodies. Conservative radio host Dana Locious tweeted, "Hard to argue that this is an attack on women when you simultaneously abort their existence with menstruating person."
Right?
Because she, like you just said,
3 times.
she did not refer to herself that way. Okay? So this chick she was a bartender, and I would not want anything that was ever made by her, because I'm sure that she screwed that up like she has screwed up her political existence here. So, and it just gets better. She is threatening to tank the infrastructure bill without the Dems' 3.5 trillion spending plan. It would give me pleasure to destroy it. Okay, now she's a Democrat. She's going to kill this whole thing because they're not going to do the 3.5 trillion because the Republicans won't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to instead do like 1.2 trillion, and then of course that number changes
every day,
by the minute. So that cuts out her pet projects. Okay, so she's throwing a tantrum. Yeah. She wants her pet projects. This is a woman that's been there, that's been on Capitol Hill, and every piece of legislation, which is hundreds of bills, legislation pieces, everything that she's taken to the floor has never gone any further than her idiotic statement that she gives on the floor. Not one
reason for that.
Right.
Because she says shit like that.
Exactly. She's too damn dumb to follow. I mean, even Pelosi's not dumb enough to follow her, and Pelosi's fucking dumb. She's not real bright. So, speaking of dumb, Biden again suggests he's not calling the shots. I'm supposed to stop and walk out. How many times have you heard this man? They told me not to do this. They told me to do every time.
Every time he goes up to talk.
Right.
I'm only supposed to ask these people this question, and then I'm supposed to leave. Or I'm not supposed to answer any questions at all. You're the president. You are the president. Nobody's supposed to tell you what to do. They're supposed to give you suggestions. You can either follow them or not follow them. But apparently that's not the case.
Yeah. I'm supposed to stop and walk out of the room, Biden said after finishing prepared comments in the East Room of the White House. Biden defied his handlers and didn't immediately exit the room.
Aww.
Well, how many times have they muted his mic now? They've muted his mic like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, when he starts talking after they tell him to stop.
Right.
He's going to get in trouble. He didn't walk out when he was supposed to.
Yeah. So Biden has found a way to botch every scenario and decision his entire career. Okay, this guy's been wrong for 50 plus years. Mm-hmm. Every single time. Okay, so he's taking credit for being in the administration that took out bin Laden. But he voted no on it. He was against taking out bin Laden. Yep. Because he's a fucking coward. Okay? He's a big coward. All right? Then, while he's running for president, he goes on all of these black, TV shows, radio shows, and stuff like that, and talks about how he's here for our African American brothers and sisters, right? His whole career was about busting the American, our African American brothers and sisters balls. Didn't want him in his neighborhood. Wanted him bust away from his schools.
Yep.
Right? Even used the phrase porch monkey.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the president.
But yet you're just supposed to buy that shit now? Wow.
Because he's the president. That's why.
His legacy is finding a way to screw up doing the right thing. That's going to be his legacy.
Mm-hmm. And not having any oomph to say anything.
No.
Only what he's told to say.
He's done nothing about the border crisis, and he calls the Taliban businesslike and professional. How many reporters did we see that were beaten a while ago? And I'm talking bad.
Yeah.
Those pictures were horrible.
Yeah.
Those reporters that were beaten because they
For several hours.
They just covered a women's protest that was there.
Yep.
And the Taliban told them, "You're lucky you weren't beheaded." That's pretty businesslike and professional.
To
right?
their own people.
Right. So our own cities are just horrible. We were watching on one of our monitors a while ago, the Faulkner angle, and these girls are sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in New York. So the one thing I got to watching about them is there's these guys standing around in these suits, and they just keep looking around and looking around. You didn't used to see that. That's security detail.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything could happen there right now.
Yep.
And we know it could. So 3 diners were robbed at gunpoint in a Los Angeles sidewalk cafe. They're just sitting there trying to get back to their lives. But their elected leaders can't protect them, won't protect them, and have no interest in protecting them.
It's ridiculous.
This is the Democrat Party today. And, we were talking about Ocasio-Cortez throwing a fit if she was going to vote against it if it wasn't for the full 3.5 trillion.
Yeah.
Because she won't get any money.
Nope.
If it's not the full amount. She was her little wish list was the first thing they cut out. Okay. And another Democrat went on to say, because Pelosi's wanting money for a park there in San Francisco. Now, this park is not very big. And I mean, it's really not very big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This isn't some big old park.
Yeah.
This is a little bitty park. Little bitty park. All right. This Democrat says that Pelosi deserves the $200 million for San Francisco Park. She does more for America than any other in Congress. I read it with a straight face. I didn't think I was going to be
How
up there.
is $200 million? Like, what are you going to put in this tiny ass park?
She's not going to do anything to the park.
How much are those trees going to cost? You going to buzz them in?
She's not bringing in any trees.
So then what's $200 million for?
You'll never know. And it's none of your business, by the way. Don't ask. How dare you ask? That's unconstitutional. Jim Crow, racist, I don't know what the hell.
Like,
what the hell they are.
Oh my God. They just, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on. Jesus.
When you talk about how dumb they are, you don't have to find ways to prove it. They do it for you.
And then it's a lie.
Oh yeah.
It's a lie though.
Yeah.
They're just trying to cover their ass, but it doesn't, because then, smart people look into it and find the answers. That's how the emails, phone call recordings come to light. And then they got to backtrack, and then something else comes up to distract you from the fact that they lied about that.
Right. So, as Biden was in front of one of the mothers Kareem Nikui. Am I saying that right? Kareem Nikui was one of the 13 U.S.
Yeah.
service members. His mom's name is Shanna Chapel. As Biden was in front of her and she was trying to talk to Biden, what did he do?
He changed subject to his son. Told him that he knew how she felt, but he didn't.
His son didn't die in
war.
You know, he didn't die as an active serviceman. You know, so and he rolled his eyes.
Oh yeah, he rolled his eyes at her. He rolled his eyes at a few of the parents though.
He ran scared from the Taliban. He has no balls to stand up for himself whatsoever. The country's gone to shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In this right here, him rolling his eyes to this soldier's mother absolutely makes you the worst piece of shit on the planet.
Yeah.
Right there. You are so disrespectful. A disrespectful piece of shit coward. Joe Biden. That should be on his desk. We should make a plaque and send it to him. That's what we should do. But we're going to leave you with something here. I know we're going way long. Gold Star mom invites Trump to son's funeral. Would be such an honor. So, Shannon Chapel, she addressed Trump on her Facebook page September 2nd, writing that, quote, I would love if somehow my president, in quotations, you, Mr. Trump, could be present as I lay my beautiful baby boy, Lance Corporal Kareem Nikui, to rest. It would be such an honor to meet the real president of the United States of America, President Trump. I love you and America loves you. She's right. She's right. Trump responds.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Shanna. Trump responded in an email statement from his Save America PAC on Labor Day, adding, our country loves you and especially loves your beautiful boy, Kareem. Now, if he goes or not, that's great. Of course, you know they're not going to announce that because they want to keep his movements as secret as they possibly can. So, I think he'll show up.
I'm pretty sure he will.
I think he will. I think he'll show up. You know?
Yeah. I got a feeling that he's going to.
Yeah.
We'll see in a week.
Because he's a good guy.
And he respects.
He's not a perfect guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. And he actually cares that America succeeds. He actually cares that our American children are taught exactly what has happened on this planet since the beginning of time, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
He cares that our American children are taught math skills, reading skills.
Yeah. Actual history.
Actual history.
And he also respects the armed forces.
Loves the armed forces, and he respects your right as a parent to make the choices for your child.
Yeah.
For your child. That's all we have for you today. I'm sorry we ran so long. If you guys are watching, hey, we love you. You guys pray for America because we need it, right? I mean, we need it bad.
Yep.
We need all the prayer we can get. You know, hug your family tonight. Dads, hold your kids tight. Hold your wife tight. Wives, hold your kids tight and hold your husband tight. You know, bring the real American values back into your family. And most of us do that.
Yeah.
Most of the Americans do that. So that's really all we have for you today. Like I said, we love you. We won't be here Monday or Wednesday, but we'll be back next Friday. So you guys please tune in. And please don't forget, go by wethepeopleprotected.com. Go by and leave them a donation. No matter how small, how big, buy an ammo box, water bottle, one of the stickers. I have one on my car. You have two on yours? And they appreciate it. We all appreciate it because as Americans, we have to help each other. We are our brothers and sisters. It doesn't give a shit about your color. It doesn't care about your religion. You know, I don't care if you believe the earth is flat and I believe the earth is round. And I didn't really know there was a bunch of people out there like that until not long ago. That's a real thing. I was actually shocked. It shows how dumb I'm not real smart. So none of this matters. We're in this together. And to beat this regime and keep ourselves safe, it's going to take us all working together. We love you. God bless America.
Have a good Friday, everybody.